Hey there, and welcome to MTG Meow, Magic Enjoyed Other Ways.
Meow.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Abbey.
Today we're continuing with our adventure in A Tourney at Whiterun.
Yes.
That's custom magic set. Today, as you can see, we are going to be doing a sealed event at planesculptors.net. If you want to try your own sealed events for this set or many others, go ahead and check out. Link is in the description. And yeah, before we go ahead and jump on in and see our sealed pool, let's take a minute to figure out what did we learn from our exhibition decks, Abby? What did you take away from it?
Well, what I took away from it is that Renowned isn't so great.
Yeah, you in Renown versus Infiltrate, you lost. But Renown, I mean, I think that was more of just Infiltrate was really good. So that's what I took away from that. Is Infiltrate's really good. Renown is okay. There seem to be a lot of Renown synergies that we might want to keep track of. And then in the first exhibition, where we had Adorn versus Cripple...
Cripple was really good.
Cripple was really good because the spells are just good by themselves. And then if you can cast them at a discount, hey, that's even better. And Adorn was kind of like the opposite of that, where the creatures were just meh on their own. And if they weren't Adorn, they were just kind of whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Adorn is exactly what it is. It's just there for looks. You know? It doesn't do anything.
So if we can find like some Adorn things that are good on their own, maybe we'll play them. But I think we'll be mostly looking to play an aggressive either like Infiltrate deck or maybe based on Crippling or something like that. So just keeping those things in mind as we go ahead and open our sealed pool here. Let's take a look at what these 6 boosters have in store for us. So here's all our cards, kind of a long list right here. So let's go ahead and sort them by rarity, so we can see if we got any good bomb rares or mythics or anything like that.
We got something good.
Yeah, we can always hope. Well, it seems like we got a mythic.
Hey.
So over here we have Pilgrim's Muse, our mythic. So
wow, that is a sexy dragon.
That's a serpent, Abigail.
It's got feet. It's not a serpent.
Whatever. All right, so 6 mana 5/3. 1 mana can't be blocked. 2 mana return it to its hand. 3 mana scry 2. 4 mana draw a card. This does everything. I want to play this real bad.
Hey, even I like that. That's great.
Let's take a look at our other rares. We have Bend the Knee.
Bend it.
So 5 mana hybrid white-black sorcery. Choose target creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power, then destroy all other creatures. Wow. So if we have this guy out, then we play Bend the Knee, destroy everything except for this guy, potentially.
Yeah,
so,
that is definitely like...
It's good as long as you're playing big guys. If you're not playing big guys, then you might just destroy all your own things and leave your opponent with a big creature. So you gotta be a little careful when we're playing with this.
Also, why is Ned Stark kneeling to a Targaryen in the art?
Lots of Games of Thrones references. Next we have Hasty Intervention. That's one of the cards we looked at when we were kind of going over the set. So it's one of the fabled things, prevent all damage. Then it transforms into get a soldier at the beginning of your upkeep. Very good if you're heavy white. It does take triple white for fabled, so another thing to keep in mind. We have Lord Dalehorn, who can't quite load properly, but whatever.
Lord doesn't load.
Yeah, so red-white, legendary creature. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, choose one. At the beginning of the next end step, if you haven't been dealt combat damage this turn, he deals 3 damage to that player. At the beginning of the next end step, if that player hasn't cast a creature spell this turn, he deals 3 damage to that player. Okay, so it's kind of a complicated card, but you choose something at the upkeep, and then it triggers during their end step, so it kind of forces them to do something or not, or they're going to take damage. So that seems okay in like a red-white aggressive deck, so not too bad. Then we have Port Town, just a dual land, and then we have Wheeled Sentry, 3 mana 2/2. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. When it dies, draw a card. So it's like a Solemn Simulacrum, except it costs 3 and it's green and it doesn't put the land on the battlefield. So I'm most impressed with Pilgrim's Muse, Bend the Knee, and Hasty Intervention here. These guys okay, Port Town's okay, and Wheeled Sentry's okay. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like the Pilgrim's Muse. It does a lot of things that just give you so much card advantage.
A lot of value here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So blue-white's looking pretty good, but let's go ahead and sort by color and see if we can, if the rest of the colors have what it takes to fill out what we need. All right, ooh, looks like we have a lot of white and blue.
Wow,
so
that's looking
nice.
good for you.
It's like what we have here. So Archer, Windfall, exile 3 creatures, then return to the battlefield under your control tap. So it's good if you allow it enters the battlefield triggers.
Wait, is that a magic beat?
This looks like something.
Like, what is that?
I don't know. Good question, good questions. We have Attended Knight, just a solid creature. Confident Cavalier, other knight creatures you control get +1/+1. Oh, so that's a good bonus right there already with the knight, so good to know. Dalish Archer, not very impressed with this adorned one. I don't think the bonus is good enough. Dance of Grace, that's a very good Fabled. Just, if you can cast it for Fabled, it gets +1/+1, Indestructible, Scry 1, and you gain some life, so that's pretty good.
Not bad, yeah.
Hasty Intervention we saw. Lord's Griffin, just, it's not a bad creature if you need a flyer. Mercenary Lancer, it's a knight. Keep that in mind. Also Adorned. This one is slightly better Adorned bonus, since going from a 3/3 to a 5/5 isn't bad. Price of Power, sure, decent removal. Steward's Tithe, whatever. Tightrope Acrobat, Flying Renown 1. That's not bad.
Yeah, that actually is pretty good.
That's actually really good, because if our opponent has no flying blockers, we just get a 2/2 flyer. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Venerated Knight, another Knight. So this is also a decent one for Adorned. So, and we also do not have any equipment, unfortunately. Blah. Oh well. And we have 2 of those. And Viserine's Royal Guard, another Adorned. That one wasn't bad, but it wasn't fantastic either. Wayfish Squire, Night spells you cast cost 1 less to cast some more.
That's pretty good if you're
bonus,
going for if you're going for knights. Yeah.
So when we have a Human Advisor, Flash Defender, when it's battlefield prevent all combat damage target creature would deal this turn. That's not bad. A little expensive. For 3 mana,
it's so.
But we have some solid white here. So wow, nice stuff. Now let's look at blue, across the bay. Ooh, creatures your opponents control get -1/-0. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That turns all your opponents' 1-power creatures into nothing and just makes them combat miserable for them. So that's a good one. Ambition's Dreams, love that card. Arrive Unseen, it's a good enabler for a bunch of strategies. We have 2 of them. Curiosity, love it. Also combos with Arrive Unseen. Unblockable,
man.
Draw a card, hit them, draw a card, love it. Dalish Messenger, 1/1 flyer. Not a bad thing to put Curiosity on.
Yeah.
We have 2 of those. Deaf Gold Snatch, I was
Yep, you
impressed
love
with
that card.
Also combos well with Curiosity.
Yeah.
Distracting Handmaiden, we have 2 of them.
Oh man, you loved it. This was made for you.
Drake Youngling, solid. Exile's Vanguard, sure, good infiltrate stuff. Hoff Scout, when it deals combat damage to player, can scry. With flying, that's not bad.
Hey.
Merchant's Bane, just a solid big dude. Hexproof.
Just a solid Kraken.
And then Pilgrim's Muse, again, solid. So blue looks very good, white looks very good. I'm really leaning toward white-blue here. Let's just for completion's sake, let's take a look
for
at the other
kicks and
ones,
giggles, you know.
Battlement Prowler, a little expensive for what it is. Not too impressed. Caldish Cavalier, Renown 1. When it becomes Renown, you may pay 2 life if you do draw 2 cards. That's not bad.
That's not bad, yeah.
And Change of Fortunes, that's a very good, can possibly be a 2-for-1. Nice, very nice removal, good trick. Commoner's Justice, great removal spell. At worst, it's just 5 mana, instant speed, kill whatever. They lose 2 life.
Yeah.
You can cast it for 3, sign me up. Coven Adherent, 3 mana, 3/2, has Indestructible as long as it's equipped. Wow. That's a good payoff, but I haven't seen too many auras, and we have no equipment, like we said.
Yeah, we don't really have anything to equip to it. It's great, but it's, you know.
We have to get some good auras that we'd want to play no matter what if we're going to play any of these Adorned guys.
Right.
Decorated Duelist, Menace, sure. Duress is fine. Harrowing Knight, this guy was really good in your deck.
Yeah, he was really good.
And we have 2 of them with the token. If we have a bunch of token makers, this could be a tough build. Knight of the Raven, whenever deals combat damage to player, may sacrifice it. If you do, search your library for a black legendary creature, reveal it, put it into your hand. Don't think we have any of those.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Legendary creatures. No, that's one not either. Okay, so whatever. Keep going. We have 2 of those. Secluded Wildborn, although it is a knight, so if we go like black-white knights, it's something to keep in mind.
Exactly. Yeah, there's quite a few knights in the black, I've noticed.
Yeah, and this one is Secluded Wildborn. It requires Adorn to be good. We have 2 of those. Shrouded Cackler. What are you cackling about over there?
I'm cackling about the cackler. That's like what does it do? Like, does it just sit in the corner and go the whole time?
We need some flavor text on this to clear up what's going on.
We really do.
We have 3-Blade Boon. Enchant creature and creature gets +3/+1. That's like the most mediocre of an auras I'd ever want to play. And Trist-Tasp Coding, 1 mana, enchant, gets +1/+1 death touch, another kind of mediocre aura. So black is actually not bad, but it's not great either. The things that really want me to play black are Harrowing Knight.
Yeah.
That card was just crazy. And
obviously Shrouded Calcular.
Shrouded, not quite. So yeah, Harrowing Knight's good, and Commoner's Justice is good, and Change of Fortunes is good. And these guys also seem pretty good as well.
Yeah.
So, alright, let's take a look at red. Amongst the Flames.
That was good.
Great card. And we have 2 of them. Wow, this might be a really hard build. Follow the Axe, solid. Feathered Dancer, and just battlefield 3 creatures can't block. A little expensive at 4 mana. If it was 3 mana, maybe, but 4 is quite a bit. Hound of Glory is fine. Rally the Volunteers, that's some token makers.
Yeah,
there's another one.
Yeah, those were all good for when I was playing them, yeah.
Spur to Action. Surge of Duty, that's a good trick. Gives first strike if you do for Fabled, not bad. Trusted Comrade, makes some white soldiers when it attacks. Untested Commander, makes some red soldiers when things become renowned. Jeez, we have 2 of them? Wow, Visiting Dignitary, and then gain control of something.
Yeah, that was really good.
And sacrifice it. Man, this might be a really tough build. Conniving Brigand, Brigand, whichever, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Inner Dogmatism, sure,
Whatever.
not a great aura. Minor melee, fine removal. Satisfied Gleaner, good ramp. And we have this guy's kind of whatever. There's 2 of them. Silverwork Champion, sure. Till the Field is whatever, and Weld Sentry is also whatever. So green seems like far and away the worst.
Yeah, we can
color
probably
here.
cut that.
I'd say white and blue look the best, but red and black are not far behind. Let's take a look at what we have for our hybrid cards. We have Bend the Knee, Farmer's Repose.
Oh, it's so cute.
That's a fine sideboard card. Hooded Inquirers.
Those were good.
If we play blue, then that's might be something we just want to play. Lord Dalian, Dalehorn. Let's check what his power and toughness is real quick. Okay, so he's a 3/5, so that's a little expensive for what he does. Because I mean, if you just choose one and your opponent does it, like if they are dealt combat damage or if they do cast a creature, then he's just kind of a 5-mana 3/5, which is whatever.
Yeah.
Plated Valiant, 3-mana 3/3 Human Knight, gets +2/+2 as long as it's equipped. So I mean that might just be solid as a knight. Plunge to the Heart, good removal.
Mm-hmm.
Reflect upon the past, and trade creatures +2/+2 for each other enchantment you control. That's awful. Oh man.
Yeah, especially
it doesn't do anything by itself.
Yeah.
All right, travel
It's
companions.
reflecting on the past.
I guess. Each player may search his library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in her hand. Then each player who searched his or her library this way shuffles it. Okay, so that's whatever. Wow, so we have a really tough build here. So what I think we're going to do is first things first. Oh, and I guess we have... these are in green. These lands seem so good, but they're in green. And we have Iron Signet for ramp and Port Town. But anyway, what I think we're going to do here is we're just going to get rid of the cards that we're not really happy about playing, and we'll just see what we have remaining left over just to take a look. All right, here we have all the colors based on what we're like basically happy to play from them. So as you can see, all of green is gone, a lot of the black is gone, some of the white's gone, blue gone, whatever. So this is what we're happy to play with. So looking at what we have here, I think blue is our strongest color.
Oh, absolutely.
Across the base seems great. Ambitious Dreams is good. These Arrive Unseen's, I'm not sure. Curiosity is good because it works well with these, and like Distracting Handmaiden is fantastic. Drake Youngling, good.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to play with your opponent and to have card advantage.
Yeah, and then having Merchant's Bane and Pilgrim's Muse. Pilgrim's Muse just seems like a bomb to me.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we'll be playing blue unless something crazy happens. So let's go ahead and take a look at white. And white, we have knights. How many knights do we have? We have 1, 2... we have this other knight thing, but this guy's not even a knight. So we have 3. So, and 4, 5 if we play black. 6, 7. So...
Yeah, I mean, do soldiers count as knights?
Not in Magic. So if we're going to be playing blue-white then, we're probably honestly going to be cutting like the Cavalier and the Wayfarer Squire. And if we're going to... And honestly, taking a look at our blue cards here, minus like the Arrive Unseen, which we might not play, all the rest of the cards are fairly slow. Like we have this 6-drop, this other 6-drop, we have Across the Bay. These are all like slower controlling cards. Whereas like Tightrope Acrobat and like Dance of Glory and things and Attendant Knight. I mean, these cards are all fine, but they're better in an aggressive deck, where Hasty Intervention is a good card in a slower deck, but that seems to be like the only white card that really does that. So maybe we don't want to be blue-white. Let's take a look at what black gives us. So black gives us the Cackler. Again, that's only in aggressive decks. Harrowing Knight's good, but Harrowing Knight is only good if we compare it with the token makers in red.
Right.
So, I mean, just playing it on its own, it's not very good. Commoner's Justice is good, and Change of Fortunes is good, and again, this Cavalier is fine, but more in an aggressive deck, so I don't know how it would work with our blue, although it would work pretty well with, like, Arrive Unseen. We can just make this Arrive Unseen, get in, get a 3/3, pay 2 life, draw 2. And then for red, I mean, red just seems super solid here, but here's the thing. So we have blue. Blue is good. I don't know if it's going to pair well with white. Doesn't seem to want to... And we have these knights over here that only seem good if we're pairing it with red, thanks to the token makers. And then we have things like, Visiting Dignitary that only seem good if we're going to pair it with Harrying Knight. So
yeah.
It seems like if we're going to go black, we should really go black-red, because otherwise we're just playing black for, like...
Oh, my favorites!
Some mediocre creatures. And if we're going to go blue-white, then we need to be more aggressive, but I just don't think our blue is as tempo-y as it was when we saw it before. We have like the Distracting Handmaidens, we have more expensive guys. So looking here, from what I can see, it looks like blue-red might be the way to go.
Hey, that's a good combo too.
Yeah. let's take a look over. Oh, but then if we go blue-red, we don't get to play Bend the Knee, which is like, oh, that's so good. Because if we cast like Merchant's Bane or Pilgrim's Muse, then we follow up with Bend the Knee, it's game over, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't get to play Plunge Through the Heart either. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is a really tough decision
This
to
is,
make.
man, you know, we with our sealed build last time, when we played Metropolis, I thought that was the toughest seal we'd ever had, but this seems even harder. But you know,
yeah,
I'm looking at Amongst the Flames here, and we have 2 of them. And if we're going to be a slower deck, this seems like really good. I mean, we don't really care about casting it for its triple cost. We'll be glad to pay 3 mana and just blow up all of our opponent's stuff, and then follow up with like a a Drake Youngling or a Merchant's Bane or even Pilgrim's Muse or something. So maybe blue-red is the way to go. So from what I'm looking at here, I think it's between blue-black and blue-red. That's what it looks like to me. And I don't think if we're going to be playing red, we won't be playing like Feathered Dancer.
Yeah.
These white cards, the only white card I really want to play here is Hasty Intervention, because it just seems really good. Basically, Fogs gains us a ton of life, and then we get a 1/1 each turn, which seems
that's
great.
really good.
But it is a little slow, because we can play this in black. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and say we're not going to play white. I think it's just... I mean, I want to play our Port Town, don't get me wrong, and I want to play Hasty Intervention, but I think just... Well, maybe if we go black, then if we go blue-black, then we don't even want to play these Harrowing Knights. We just want to play like these decent removal spells, but we already have good removal spells in red as well.
Hey, you can never do it too much removal.
Oh, man, this is a tough build. Alright, this is really tough, but yeah, I think let's just see how it looks. So let's take away the white for now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take away the black, because again, the main draw to black is like these Harrowing Knights, but if we're not going to be playing black-red, then the Harrowing Knights are just not very good.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be playing black-red? I don't know, but I really want to see what the blue-red deck looks like. So let's just take a look.
Honestly, I would only play black for the Cackler.
Of course. So let's just go ahead and see what the blue-red deck looks like.
Okay.
Alright, so here's the blue-red deck, basically. We'd have to make a few cuts, and, I mean, it looks kind of nice, but, yeah, these Rally the Volunteers... Again, if we're not playing the Harrowing Knight, that's the only reason we'd really want the tokens. Otherwise, these Rally the Volunteers are just going to get killed by our own Amongst the Flames, you know? So we'd probably, like, cut...
Yeah, but at least you probably get through with haste, you know?
Yeah, but we're not interested in doing that. We're interested in being slower, more controlling, and just getting our fatties out, you know?
Alright.
And, like, the Untested Commander is fine, but it's double red on 3, and it's very aggressive, and it creates more tokens that we just don't really care about. I mean, at least this guy's a 2/3, and he survives the flames. Hound of Glory, kind of same thing. Dignitary, same thing, not very good.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're down to 18 cards in blue-red, so that means we'd have to play like some filler things, like this Messenger or Arrive Unseen or something. Yeah. I mean, I really like the Amongst the Flames and like the Fall of the Axe, but like Surge of Duty isn't even very good. It's only these Amongst the Flames and Fall of the Axe that's really good in this blue-red deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at the blue-white deck.
Okay, let's see what it looks like.
Alright, so here's the blue-white version, and you know, just looking at it, I think I like it better than the blue-red one already. Just it feels more synergistic. Like, I mean, we have our good blue cards, obviously, and then we have these Lord's Griffin, who they're not great, but they're good blockers at the beginning. Plunge Through the Heart, it's at its best in a slower control deck, so it can destroy tapped creatures. Tightrope Acrobat, I mean, we do have kind of like this, things like the Tightrope Acrobat really kind of help us just win these tempo games randomly, where we play this on turn 1, follow up with like a Deft Gold Snatch or something, or what is it? The Exile's Vanguard, and we just tempo out our opponent in the air, you know?
Yeah.
And we also get the Handmaidens, we get these Knights, Price of Power is just good removal. We get this Plated Valiant, which is just, you know, as a 3-mana 3/3, it's fine, but then if we randomly just, you know, enchant it with Curiosity over here, or if we get Paragon of Virtue on it, then it becomes a 5/5, you know? And 5/5 is pretty big for 3 mana.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then again, you know, Paragon of Virtue seems like a great trick. Gain at beginning of each end step 1 life. That could be fantastic against a aggressive opponent. Hasty Intervention also seems good. It's just a way to kind of randomly win.
Bend the Knee.
Bend the Knee can be, I mean, even if if we have like no creatures out and our opponent has like 3 or 4 creatures out, yeah, sure, they get to keep their best creature probably, but we get to destroy like 2 or 3 of their creatures, so it's still pretty good. Plus, playing red also leaves us to have like Weary Steward and this Lord Will Not Load in our sideboard.
Yeah, for
so
real.
We're not going to play them in the main deck, but they're still available in the sideboard, you know? And so we have 24, -1 for Port Town. I'm kind of looking I kind of like the looks of this blue-white version. I mean, we could check out blue-black, but honestly, I think it would just end up the same as blue-red.
Yeah.
The only cards I want to play are like Caldish Cavalier, which is fine. It would also force... If we play Caldish Cavalier, then we also have to play Arrive Unseen, which is okay. Commoner's Justice, and I wouldn't even want to play these, the Harrowing Knights, since we wouldn't have any real tokens to sacrifice.
There's nothing to sack to it, right.
It just feels almost even worse than the blue-red version, the blue-black version. So, you know... I think even though we were kind of, saying, I don't know about the blue-white version at the beginning, looking at it now and comparing it to the other builds, I think it's the stronger version.
Yeah, it's a safe bet, I think.
What do you think, Abby?
I think the blue-white, it's a safe bet. I mean, there's a lot of synergies. You've got the dual land, and you've got all these things that are working together.
You have Port Town.
Yeah, you have Port Town, which is good, and you've also, because you have a lot of double white and a lot of double blue, and it's good to have that. But also, like, you have a lot of things in blue that mess with your opponent, which is really good. And then you have a lot of, like, the flyers and things that sort of pump and gain life, or even destroy things, like Benani, in white. So I think when all those come together, it's a pretty formidable deck.
Yeah, I mean, again, in black, I miss Harrowing Knight, but we'd have to play red to make them at their best. And in red, I miss Amongst the Flames, but we just, honestly, the rest of red really wants us to be aggressive, and that's where our blue just didn't want us to be. Our blue wanted us to be more slow. So yeah, I think this will be our build. So we'll go ahead, it might not be the optimal build, but it's what we're going with. So what we'll do is I'm going to play this deck during our sealed matches, and Abby and I will build another sealed deck that you guys won't see, and we'll smash the decks against each other and see if the Pilgrim's Muse can make her bend the knee.
Let's see if we can make it happen.